He's Pavan. He's really like Lord Pavan, Hanuman. He's a determined guy. And he has passed written test. He went for SSB, he cleared SSB. He scored 177, 180 in the written exam out of 300. He had applied for flying, and next is a technical. Flying, I don't know how medical will go because he's wearing specs, very strict with eyesight. So I don't know. Now he's undergoing medicals, correct?
Yes, sir.
He's undergoing medical. I have my doubts because the Air Force does not accept any low standard so far eye is concerned. Okay, and I'm sure otherwise he'll pass and he'll be able to come in the merit with the written test that he has got. If the written test he would have got only 145, 150, I would have said very difficult because that is the pass mark of AFCAT. So he will like to share his journey from the time he joined Cavalier, how he prepared himself, and today he stands clearing the SSB and now waiting for, after the medical, waiting for the call letter to join the training establishment, which I'm sure you are also planning that way only, and God bless you succeed. So let's hear something from him. Pavan, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Firstly, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, so my journey began in my NDA preparation back in 2019. I completed my 10th in 2019, and after that, my primary focus was on NDA written exam. So with that, I cleared the NDA written exam 3 consecutive times, course number 147, 148, and 149. And I was a part of Cavalier Institute back in 2021, September 6th offline batch. So being in this academy, it helped me to work on my weaknesses, know where I'm lacking in the written examination. And after that, I went for the SSB through my 3 NDA attempts. I got a conference out twice from AFSB Mysore, AFSB Varanasi, and I got screen out once from AFSB Dehradun. And another attempt was from TES, which was in SEN Kapurthala. I got screen out from there. And after my NDA attempts were exhausted, I had taken my BBA graduation as my graduation stream. And recently, I'm in my third year now. And I cleared my AFCAT examination my very first attempt with a score of 176. And I went for the AFSB Guwahati board and I got recommended from there. And out of 62 reporting candidates, only 2 got recommended. So it was difficult to get passed because mostly I was 19 years old and my batchmates were 25 or 24 years old. So it was tough to compete with them, but my attitude was that being very positive and enjoying the process, whatever is there in my hand, I will take care of it. I will control the process of the SSB and not think about result as much. So let me share about my written examination strategy first of all. Firstly, for written examination, how many of you are NDA here? Okay, good number of people. So for written examination, NDA, especially mathematics, it is quite tricky these days because the speed is emphasized a lot. You are required to complete 120 questions in 150 minutes. However, in order to be eligible, at least forget about the merit, but in order to be eligible for the SSB, you have to clear the sectional cutoff first, which is 25%. So in order to do that, improve your accuracy first. So how can you do that? Give as many mocks as possible. When you are giving mocks, do not give the mocks blindly. Have a certain schedule for your mocks, like 2 days or gap between each mock. And when you are giving a mock, if you are able to attempt 60 questions, let's say, and go through the mock question paper, divide the question paper into various chapters. For example, 10 questions are asked from statistics, 10 from probability, or 15 from trigonometry, and like that. And divide your how you have fared in, how you have performed in each chapter. Like calculate your accuracy in each chapter, calculate your attempt rate, what is the percent of the attempt rate, and calculate how many mistakes are you doing, how many negative marks are you getting due to those particular chapters. While you continue doing that, give 3 to 4 marks. After doing that, you know what your weaknesses are, chapter wise, topic wise, and speed wise. If you are taking more, you are having accuracy in one chapter, but you are taking more number of seconds or more minutes for that. What can you do? You can learn shortcuts from the video, from YouTube videos, or you can even ask the faculty here, and you can improve your speed over there in that situation. In another case, you have the good speed, but your accuracy is bad. You have to work on your foundation. Firstly, for NDA maths, foundation is the key. Your basic concepts, the formulas and all, they are very important. After that, you're like icing the cake. If you want to ice the cake, Then you have to learn the shortcuts. For that, you have the for some books related to that. Even you can ask the faculty relating to that. So with that, you can improve your mathematics portion. Try and attempt 60 number of questions. That is a good attempt when it comes to NDA math. Depends on the difficulty, it goes up and down, but try and attempt 60 questions for the NDA. Coming to the English part, which is common to CDS, AFCAT and NDA. English, what you can do is that read question paper regularly. First thing I would like to emphasize is the editorial newspaper. When you're going through editorial newspaper, there are so many hard words that you are not familiar with. So you make a separate book for your vocabulary and write a synonym for that word, write the meaning, write an antonym for that word. While doing this, you are improving your vocabulary as well as your knowledge on the current affairs. So this is like 2-in-1. So read the newspapers as much as possible, and once you do that, your English, you can see your performance improving in the English. Coming to the GS part of NDA and CDS FCAT, go with the standard books. Apart from that, you can also refer to the books given by the academy also, which are very helpful. Even I personally refer to the Cavalier books of for physics especially. Try to learn the basic derivations of the concepts, like start from the very basic. What are the SI units? What are the vector quantities? What are the scalar quantities? What are the fundamental units? What are the basic laws of gravitation, Kepler's law, and things like that? And then you move on to the numericals. Numericals are not that much given as I have seen in the question papers, but still they hold an importance because they are standard. You can expect a standard of questions from numericals also, 2 to 3 questions. So focus on the numericals, and it is more about applications of various things you see in your daily life. For example, use of calcium carbonate in daily life, what is it used for? Or use of some sodium chloride or something like that. So application of daily materials, what are they made up of? What is soap made up of? What is this washing powder made up of? And things like that. So these basic things you should be keeping in mind. For biology, I would personally suggest you to read the NCERT newspaper, NCERT books from class 8 to class 10th. And because they are covering each and every topic, you know what is the eukaryotic, prokaryotic, and terms like that. Start from the fundamental basic unit of life, which is the chapter of NCERT, and you can go on till the tissues and things like that. What is meristematic tissue and things like that. So if you read the NCERT books of biology, that will help you to grab those extra marks. Around 10 questions are asked in NDA. I don't know what the weightages were now, but approximately, as I have seen, 8 to 10 questions was normally asked from biology part. Coming to the history part, again I would say read the modern history textbooks. Mostly modern history is having a lot of importance nowadays, and read the class 8th and class 10th, especially NCERT books. After that, I personally read Spectrum book for the history part, because I felt AFCAT history was a little bit more on the higher level than NDA. So refer to the AFCAT, this Spectrum book, and it is covering all the concepts like pre-independence era, post-independence era, all the modern history. When it comes to world history, read about the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the Nazism, and geopolitical issues also, what happened in the past, the Cold Wars, World Wars, and all things like that. And apart from that, coming to geography, again you always have an atlas with you. It's very, very good that you are having an atlas. Map pointing carries a lot of importance. The order of rivers, how they are like, and how the states are sharing boundaries, how the states of our country are sharing boundaries with other countries. For example, Tripura shares boundary with which of the following countries? These are questions are directly asked. Mizoram is sharing with how many countries? So such, have a very good look at the Indian map, physical map, political map, and the drainage system of India, the physiographical system of India, where the plateaus are. And when it comes to the world geography, read much about the lakes, where the lakes are there, the mountain ranges are there, and which mountain range is having which prominent mountain peak. So such questions are asked in CDS mainly. And now coming to polity, try to read the Lakshmikant book. It is also very helpful. And as I have seen that a lot of questions were asked from fundamental rights, constitutional amendments, try to maintain these important questions first and then go on to the other topics. And coming to economics, you can read the textbooks, or I have read the Ramesh Singh textbook for economy. It is a little bit lengthy, but go with the NCERT for economy. NCERT is sufficient. If you have time, go for the Ramesh Singh book also. Mostly your classes will be sufficient here. Whatever they're telling, if you cover that syllabus, that will be more than enough. And coming to current affairs, as I said before, read the newspaper as much as possible. So these are the things I would like to tell for the written examination. And as far as the SSB is concerned, how many of you are doing this parallel with SSB? Like I heard that some of you are doing written and SSB at the same time. None of you? Sorry? You attended an SSB? Which place? NSB Visakhapatnam. Okay. So SSB is more about, I would like to tell in a broad terms, more about your confidence, your communication skills, and do not stress much in the SSB, because when I was going for the first two conferences in Mysore and Varanasi, I was not talking too much to my group mates. I was feeling lonely, and I was doing my self preparation that time also. Whatever preparation you have done till the day one of your screening process, that is sufficient. And when you're in the SSB, interact with your group mates, talk to them, be good friends with them, because the bonding or the camaraderie that you form with your group mates, that is some way or the other, it is reflected in your SSB also, while doing your GTO. Because if you do not talk to them, you are completely separated from them. In the GTO process, as I have observed in Varanasi, I have done the same thing, mistake. They did not consider me also. They did not feel my existence also. So if you talk to them, you have an impact. You can create an impact when you're talking in the GTO. They will listen to you. They will give you some attention. So when you're in the room, talk to them as much as possible. For example, in the Guwahati, I was not thinking about the result. We had like 30 minutes break between our group planning exercise and our progressive group task. So in that 30 minutes, my group mates were tensed about what will happen. And I was playing table tennis with other group people. So I was that much cool, and I was that much in the process that whatever happens, it will happen, because it has to be PGT and things like that. They have to be spontaneous. You're looking at a structure, how you can form a bridge, how you can connect the bridge, how you can make a cantilever, how you can use the rope. They have to come spontaneously. You cannot prepare such things. Even if you prepare, you're becoming rigid for that. Always maintain that fluidity when it comes to SSB. When it comes to interview, it's more about self-introspection. Again, know about everything about yourself. I did the same mistake in Mysore, so please do not repeat that. Once you complete studying about yourself, what decisions you have taken in your life, what kind of challenges you have been through, what relation you have with your friends, your family, your teachers, or your employer if you're employed, or with your classmates, why they like you or why they don't like you, why you like them or why you don't like them, and things like that. So this will help you to write better self-description test, and the interview also, it's very good. So always try to get good self-introspection. Apart from that, work on your knowledge on armed forces. For example, if you're going for the flying branch, know about the aircrafts that are there. What are the types of aircrafts? Fighter, transport, helicopters, UAVs. And in that also, what are the types of fighter aircrafts? How do they work? Have a basic idea. Do not go much deep into that. Like, you should be knowing the basic idea about it. And if you're going for artillery, what kind of howitzers were used, or what kind of activities they have done in the past? What was their role in the previous wars of India? What was did India fight against Pakistan, against China? What were the overseas operations of India? So have a basic idea, and you are good with the GK part. Current affairs, what is happening internationally, Israel, Palestine, or Russia, Ukraine, study about them, what can be the solution for them, have a personal opinion, it's okay. And what could be the reasons for that? National news, what is happening presently, some sports news. If you are, for example, I'm a shooter, so what is the caliber of the bullet, or what is the speed of the bullet? These questions were asked to me. If you are a cricketer, who is the present prominent cricketer, or what is happening in cricket, who is holding a particular position in the BCCI? So you should be knowing such basic criteria. What is the length of the pitch and all? If you know all that things, if you know about each and every word, has an importance in the PIQ. PIQ is personal information questionnaire. So each word has got its own importance. From each word you will get questions. So if you're writing that word, it should have meaning. And once he talks about cricket, you should be going back to your memories of playing cricket. How you used to play cricket, what motivated you to play cricket, and if you have stopped, why did you stop play cricket? Why did you choose cricket over any other game? So always have answers to such questions. If you are into singing or dancing, always know who is your good favorite singer, who motivated you. So better insight, good insight is very important. Apart from that, know about your place also, your present residence and your maximum residence. For example, I'm from Visakhapatnam. We should know about like what is happening in Visakhapatnam right now. What are the developments that are taking place? And if your permanent residence is somewhere else, you should try to know about that also. Okay, what places you can visit. These are asked in the initial phase about your place only. So once you are answering these questions about your place, you know, like you are giving a good impression. Like the first 5 minutes, they are going really smooth. So always have a good insight about yourself and keep focused, because I started my preparation back in 2019. It was such a long journey, and it took me 5 attempts to get recommended. So if you get screen out or conference out, do not get demotivated. Always have a positive mindset. Think of what you can do to overcome that difficulty. What is stopping you from recommendation? If you think that there is one weakness, work on that. And in the next attempt, you can tell the interviewer that, sir, I have done these mistakes, I have given this particular amount of efforts, and I feel that I'm better prepared, I'm better prepared for the armed forces, and I feel I deserve the chance to get recommended. So that is how it is. SSB is like, it's very simple once you understand it. And my final message is that enjoy the process, have fun during the SSB also, and preparing for written also. It is a little bit tricky examination, not difficult, but tricky. So it's about how you manage your time, and how you choose what questions to attempt and what questions to leave in the examination. Okay, so I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you very much. I can see you all in the uniform.
Okay, Pavan, thanks a lot for giving your guidelines to them.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I hope your wishes are there. They are all clear. First step, that is a written test. And we are always there with you. Take a clue from him, okay? He was not speaking that much the way now he is speaking. The confidence that he has got after being recommended is tremendous. That has pushed him. But the main thing that he highlighted was that your oral communication in English has to be good.
Yes.
Has to be good for clearing SSB. You may be a brilliant guy in written exam. You have done well. But if you do not open your mouth effectively, opening mouth is okay, but opening it effectively, you are not going to make the grade. The second point is, even if you are a repeater, doesn't make difference. I am a repeater. Second time I qualified SSB. First time, crack, down. Because he said retrospection. Socho kya galti kiya hai. Do the retrospection. And then correct it and do better than your peer group. Demonstrated performance. Then you are there. And I did the same thing. He highlighted very nicely, very beautifully. So thank you very much, Pavan. God bless you. May you get it.
All the best, everyone.